Things of that nature, and you owe it to yourself. Oh.
What's up? What's up? What's up, all my Thinksters? We are back. Things of that nature. Sports Talk Wednesdays live, like we always try to do about this time. What up, my man?
Hey, what's good with it, bro?
Oh shit, moving and grooving, shaking and doing other things, but always
You
got
know,
time to do what we got to do, man. We always be talking about this stuff, anyways. So
I
might
know,
as well
right?
go live with it. I wish some of our other uh individuals that we talk this all the time with would jump on here and share their opinions, man. But I don't know, man. It's something about this live or just getting in front of a microphone
Stop
podcast.
being
I don't know
scared.
what
You know
it is.
what? That's a bullshit excuse, bro.
I
Because
know, but it
everyone I
just
know
seems
you
that
probably
way.
talking about can get on the stage and rock a crowd.
Right. But you know, like I know people that they great in the studio on but they get in front of the mic in the studio and people and surroundings, bro, and their voices kind of go silent and mute.
Yeah,
So
cut
it
that
is
shit.
it is definitely something that you got to do. But man, we still welcome y'all, man. Come on here, come spit your piece,
Definitely.
pop them collars, do what you got to do, and represent your squad. That's what this is about, man. Representing what you go out there and you cheer and you root for. So you already see how we do, man. Angels, Clippers, Niners on mine. So
Yeah, and the other better teams over here. Just right
um
around the better
yeah,
teams
yeah,
right
yeah. Over
here.
here. Over here. But anyway, we're gonna go ahead and jump right into this, man. We got a lot on the plate. But before we do that, we always want to let you know, man, you owe it to yourselves to go ahead and hit the subscribe button, the like button, share this with a friend, be alpha beta. If y'all don't know what that is, it's an old slogan from an old type of supermarket. And it was
Yeah,
tell a friend. So basically, what I'm saying, go talk to somebody, let them know what we doing over here. And as always, but is it in there? Yes, it is.
you
The
know
link,
it.
y'all. The link is always gonna be there. Check it in the comments. So that way, if you hear
Comments,
what we got going
description,
on,
everything.
yeah, comment. And then if you want to jump on and spit it, I mean, come on.
Come
So
on.
anyhow, we don't just
Make
talk
it
sports
win.
here. Once again, we got other segments that we do, and that's what's in your playlist, music that moves you, putting something good in your belly. You know what I'm saying? That soulful food talk with D and myself. The session, which is myself, effects, and D. Unfiltered combos and Stone Not Stupid for all my greenies, right? So that way we bring you more than
Because of that
just
camera, I'm tripping. Don't
exactly.
forget, you got to keep one of these on you.
that part. So we're gonna go ahead and slide right in with this, man. Let's go ahead and start this off. We're gonna talk about my Clippers real quick, man.
Yeah, do that. Go ahead, do that.
We're
I
gonna
done
go
heard
ahead
some things about the clips.
because we got some good things that's been happening, man. We've always been lacking in certain in depth at certain positions, and then we were heavy at others. We've always been a wing heavy squad. Always had wing players and guards that basically nowadays you can interchange those, right? So
Yeah,
but we didn't always have the bigs, man. If you look, a lot of people, I get this discussion with my son all the time about how great Zoo is for the Clippers, right? And he doesn't think he's really that good of a center. But I always tell him, I say, look at what he has to do, man. He's not athletic. He's not quick. He's a clunky big. He's a byproduct of that old era, kind of like right on the cusp of the new era, but he doesn't do a whole bunch of popping, out there at the three. He's not a big. He works with his
yeah,
back to the basket a lot. So,
yeah.
um,
But that's what they supposed to do.
right, right. But
I
because of
mean,
the
that's
new
what the
modern,
traditional, you know.
right, right. But because of the new modern way things go, bro, and how they're developing
Yeah,
players,
Steph
you're getting a
Curry
lot
and
of
all
these bigs that they stay at the 3 point line. They don't really protect the key. But these are all the things that Zublock does well. And if you could think about it, another one that does this well, and he's an MVP candidate a lot of the times, and that's Jokic, right? So he's not athletic, but he go ahead and he puts you on that hip, puts his back to you, but he is one that got extended range. But anyway,
yeah.
so what we've gone ahead and did now is because like we were talking, backstage is that I hope Kawhi, this is a big thing, he can stay healthy. My rebuttal to that is that it's he has a degenerative situation, man. It's gonna stay there. It ain't going to get better. It's not gonna fully heal. He's gonna play through a lot of the times ailments, right? And it's gonna get worse. Hence the word. So what we needed to do is go ahead and get him support. And we realized after last year, if we can take a little bit of the load off of him, because you remember, man, he's playing 1 through 4. He played 5 every now and then when we needed to sub him, but pretty much he's a 1 through 4 guy. And that's bang, bang, bang all the way, bro. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? And if you got a situation like your knees, we needed to go ahead, and that's what we thought James would be able to. Um, Losing Norman Powell in a trade, 3-way trade, that's going to hinder us a little bit. But what we did is we've gotten big. We've gotten a lot bigger. We didn't have a backup big when we were when we I think that's the reason why we had an early out, because if you look at Zoo's numbers, his numbers was he was putting them up, or he was like a 20 and 10 almost guy, right? So that was, man, he's doing what he's got to do. Kawhi Leonard's numbers were there. We fell short because of a one called James Harden. Pound, pound, dribble, dribble, pound, dribble, 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 pound, pound, dribble, right? Like this is what he does. This dude loves to play basketball and just pound the ball, man, 15, 20 seconds into the clock, walking it up sometimes on a rebound, slowing it down from transition basketball.
Yeah.
That is not going to be beneficial to us, especially with our star player having what he has, which is a traditional, a degenerative situation that has to be content with. Man, this we've been having these problems, y'all. Sorry about that. He'll pop back on. We'll go ahead and get him back here. But StreamYard, man, having these stability issues, just to let y'all know. So disclaimer up front, man. We just want to go ahead and let everybody know that if both of us start popping in and off and all this kind of stuff, it's due to the stability issues that not Instagram, the stability of that StreamYard having. So um, just bear with us. We're gonna get through this. It's nothing new to us, unfortunately, but it normally doesn't happen during the live. But anyhow, back to the clipper at hand, right? So we went ahead and we've acknowledged that we need to go ahead and get Zoo that backup. So we went and got Robert Lopez, and he's a pick and pop. He's a rim defender. Once again, not big, not agile, not real fast, but hey, the length. That's what we need.
Yeah.
We the length. That's another 7-footer out there that we can go ahead and get, because the last time we
Yeah.
had backup that was any worthy was Hortenstein. And you can see what he did for OKC this past year, right? Champion
Yeah.
over there. He contributed. We should have never let him go.
Y'all gave Brooke 18 mil too. 2 year, 18. Okay.
Yeah, bro. Yeah. Because we know he's gonna be coming off he's not gonna be a starter. So that's
He don't
great.
have to be.
That's what I'm saying. But if you look at it, a lot of people always take this in the perspective like, oh well, he was over here doing this. He's not coming over here to do the same thing.
Exactly.
So
He's
Ty
got a
Lue's
different
gonna use
agenda
him
over here.
right, and Ty Lue's gonna use him different. That's the thing, man. We take a lot of players, and they're on the downside of their career. And I don't know what Ty Lue does, man, but he makes them believe, bro. He really do make them believe. Now, with that being said, after getting Robin Lopez, our draft pick, look what we did. We got that dude Yannick, right? That dude, he's another 7-footer, 6'11", athletic though. When they asked him who does he play like, or does he think that his game is mimicked after, or that he looks up to mimic his game after, and he brought up the name Jared Allen. And I'm gonna tell you this, for Cleveland, Jared Allen, bro, he is a force to be reckoned with. I wish we would have got him, but now getting this dude and watching his highlights, seeing what he could do, I think we have that dude. He is the athletic that could shoot the three, that can get out and do the blocking and rim protect and come all and do all that as a big. So you add him with Derrick Jones Jr. down there with us, man. We got we got a lot of length. So we got defensively better, but our offense took a hit because we had to let Norman Powell go. Okay.
Okay.
Now we let Norman Powell go to get John Collins, and we got him. And salute to before I even go any further, man. Salute to Powell, bro. He did us a great service when he came over here, man. A champion that was over there in Toronto when we got him. Well, he was a champion in Toronto, but then we went ahead and got up and resurrected his career back with Kawhi. And man, bro, for the years he was here, he did phenomenal work for us. He didn't show up in the two postseasons, in the past two postseasons, and unfortunately, that's what we got to grade a lot of individuals by. Like,
Yeah,
you know,
yeah,
he carried us when we didn't have uh PG, when we didn't have call it Kawhi. He carried us, bro. He helped us out tremendously. But anyhow, so
yeah.
we get John Collins. John Collins is another not athletic big. He's kind of like on the cusp, but he's a defender. He doesn't give us much offense, but role in Miami wasn't to put up numbers. Guess what he comes over with as numbers package when he was one of the actual options, 19 plus a game, bro. So all of this that we did, what we talked about, is all strategic.
Yeah, I think he was like, and he was like what, almost 9 rebounds a
Yeah,
game as well. Yeah, yeah, he was doing this one.
he was limited minutes. I mean, once again, he didn't fit into what they were doing in Miami,
Yeah,
right?
yeah,
So, hey, it is what it is. You know,
yep.
come on over here. We got some minutes to burn for you, and we got a role for you. That's good. That's gonna be, you know, definitely something that can help Kawhi. Back to the whole reason of all
Yeah,
this is to help Kawhi so that way he can be better in the postseason. All we need him
yeah.
for on the floor is to play about 28 to 32 minutes a game, but without the ball in his hand
Okay.
so much. So
So let me ask you this: how you feel about Harden's new contract?
I don't like it because I'm
I
gonna
was
tell
I
you
was I was
this.
wondering because I was just curious because I was like 2 years, 81 and a half
I don't
with
like
an
it.
option, with a player
I,
option, bro. I was like, that's a lot of bread for somebody who ain't really,
right. And
you
once
know.
again, this is a problem that we have here. No matter what we do and how we trade or who we trade, we still got that issue. Pound, pound, dribble, 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 pound, dribble, right? Like we still got that. And when you do that, bro, then every time you're doing that, if you say it with me, seconds are ticking off the clock.
Yeah, I
And that
always
means you
thought
don't went
with
through.
basketball,
Mhm,
you it's it's a rotation,
right,
right? And you're not supposed to dribble too. Like most coaches tell you, hey, if you got to dribble more than 3, 4 times, then you need to.
man.
There's something going on. You're doing too much. You shouldn't be dribbling that much.
Right. Right. And you hit the nail on the head, bro. That is the number one issue. And but when they look up into the league and they see a James Harden, they see that. They see a Kyrie Irving. And I hate to say it because Kyrie Irving is a wizard with the ball, man. He is one with the dribble, right?
Yeah.
So you want it in his hands, but everybody ain't him. That's what I'm saying. You
Hey,
can't be like
AI didn't.
that's
I
an
mean, AI. You
anomaly,
could
bro.
call AI a dribbler too, though.
Right, right,
But
but
it's
they
what
were
he
still
did with it.
effective. Right, they were still effective when they
Yeah,
dribbled, bro. You
yeah. It
didn't
was
mind
for a
it.
reason. It
Dude,
had
James
purpose behind
Harden
them
would
dribbles.
dribble the ball, do his geek move. If that don't work, he'll try to do another one. That don't work. A pick and roll. They defend that well, and then it's just stuck. And then what he does is he passes it off to a Norman Powell. He passes it off to a Kawhi Leonard. He passes it off to the big Zubac or something like that. And it's like 3, 4 seconds left on the clock. What you gonna do with that? You got to shoot it up. And guess what?
Yeah.
That make you look bad because when they look
Yeah.
at
Don't
the
make
box
nobody else.
score,
Yeah.
you're gonna be like, damn, this nigga took 9 shots, which is pretty good for a non-optional player, right? But you look at it, it ain't telling you, yeah, all them shots was taken within the last 5 seconds, which is
Yeah. So
considered
they're all
clutch,
hurried. They're all rushed.
right?
They're not
Considered those
necessarily. They're
clutch,
not going to be. You got a 50-50 chance of it being an actual good shot attempt.
right?
You know,
And
or give or
there's
take. Right. So it's,
there's no plays, bro, that are ran with 5 seconds on the clock. That's a
bro. That's
unique
that's
act.
last minute shit. That's
That's
game
unique.
down. Give it to Mike. Give it to Cole. Give it to
That's
Give it to
and
Steph. You know what
how
I
many of
mean?
those players are there in the league? So that's what I'm saying. You
Yeah.
can't look at those players and gauge what you're gonna do, how you're gonna change the game because they do it. Oh, just like Steph with the threes. Now everybody takes 30 footers like it's okay, right? but it's like it's not. So when we
Because you're
talk
not me.
about it, right? Because you're not him. They're not him. Like everybody, there's one of those players probably that's why they call them generational players,
Yeah.
right?
How many
So
people did you see
uh,
in the league during Reggie Miller's time with that catch and release?
maybe
Ray
four.
Allen.
That's what I'm saying. Maybe
They
two.
was like you said,
Right.
generational. That shit don't come around that often, man.
Uh, And if you notice, a lot of these cats are coming that are doing that is coming from overseas, which is what we'll talk to in a minute as well, right? Because over there, they're developed different. They're not as beefy. They're not as so. We got to take that into consideration because who's is done. Okay, we'll get to the Lakers in a second. Let me just finish up on my clip lips. So, right. So not only did we do that, we added John Collins. We lost Norman Powell. The contract, I do not like it, bro, because of the simple fact of this. He has to change the way his mind. He walked in, and what does he say? I'm the system. Nigga,
No,
you
you're
gotta
not.
but that's his mentality. And
Yeah, you're not.
somehow Ty Lue has to break him of that mentality, hold him accountable, and be like, you can't do that, bro. We're not gonna jeopardize this year. Man, if Kawhi doesn't do anything, and we got Kawhi, Harden, Lopez, all these people are they going to be together for the next 2 years? Unless we're doing a significant trade with somebody, this is going to be our squad.
Yeah.
Well, let me add something. Let me add something. The talk of the Bradley Beal of going to chase him. This is where the James Harden money that you were just asking about, where to me it
Yeah.
makes a huge difference. And because that's another pound dribble guard. I don't I don't I don't necessarily need, or we don't necessarily need that. Now what
Yeah.
he does bring transition. He's speedy, he's quick. He didn't play in Phoenix. But he had a no trade clause. So he just sat out and made his money. So that's another
Mm,
concern of mine. As much as you can be in condition and ready to play, when you sat out, I think he only played something like 40 games last year. I don't know if that's, you got anybody can stat check that, but I'm just throwing it out. It was like 40 games, if that, I doubt many of those were starting.
yeah.
So for the sample size to see where he's at with his talent right now, I'm not sold on that. But do I want that instead of a James Harden? Maybe. Do I want that with the James Harden? No.
Oh, that's horrible.
Right. So
Horrible, bro.
the other option that we do have, because we do need a good backup. We need a backup because when James Harden, that's the thing. Ty Lue's kind of hands were, shackled together because it's like we take him out, we're losing the role. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You put in like a Norman Powell, you put in a Kawhi, you put in some of these other younger guards. Defensively, whatchamacallit's very good. He just wasn't offensively. I can see him, man. He's the defensive guard, right? Right. Why can't I think of his name right off the back of my hand right now, bro? I'm having a brain fart. But he just didn't bring offense. They would just, if you watch, they sagged off him, and they allowed him to shoot. You know what I'm saying? So they were just like, "Oh, go right ahead," because he's a defensive guy. He would average 2 to 3 steals a game. So it's like, okay, there's a trade off there. So now we needed somebody that can be offense, keep them when James Harden is off on the bench, or when he's playing bad, we can yank that nigga. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if Bradley Beal is that dude, but I tell you who might be that dude, who will, I know, holding all these dudes accountable, and that's going to be CP3. I don't like CP3 as a captain for our team, as the go-to guy for our team, but I do like
Why?
him. Well, I don't like him because uh, I've seen where that goes. He's not a likable guy.
Okay.
We have our locker room can't afford that. Especially from our captain, our leader, and he is another one that doesn't play defense. So the captain, the guy, they're gonna follow that. Right now, our team is predicated on defense. They followed Kawhi's lead. They followed Paul George's lead when he decided to play defense. He was one of the when he did, but then he got lazy and started, just reaching a lot. But we've always been predicated on our defense. Damn, why can't I think of that dude's? I'm gonna have to look it up right now because that's bothersome. But like I said, we have defense minded individuals, and Chris Dunn. So to him, he's the back, he's the guard, and then Bogdanovich. These guys aren't. I don't know, man. They're not they're not people that I think can you lean on in the postseason as a secondary general. So CP3, I believe he can. I really do know that he can. He's shown that he can go ahead and be depended upon and maneuver and make the right plays. His basketball IQ is up there. He can play a little bit more of the lackadaisical defense because of what we have prowess that's behind him now. So I can see where that might work. And we already know that's going to be a 1-year contract because he already said it. This is his last year, or he alluded to that. And what did he always say? He would love to retire as a Clipper. And what did they say? Oh, we would love to have you retired as a Clipper. So I think that might be in the back. If they get them both, I don't know. I don't know how that works because I don't know who we would have to give up anybody. But re-signing Nicholas Batum, that was an awesome thing right there as well. And we got to still see what we do with Ben Simmons. So Clippers, go, man, salute to my Clip Lips. Gang out there, go get it. And let's show them what the real team in LA is when it comes to that B-ball.
Lakers.
Yeah, okay. Now let's go ahead and shift on over to the Lakers. Go ahead, man. Let's talk about the Lakers and let's see exactly what they got going on.
I got Unc on the phone.
Unc need to be on his.
Yeah, he blaming his phone for not getting the message.
He can still top on, man. Just tell him right now.
Just hop on, Unc. Just hang up with me and then click on the link.
Click on the link in the comments.
All right. Yep. Anyways. Yeah, Unc tripping. But
click the link.
Speaking of my Lakers, we got some sad news because insiders say that LeBron James is unlikely to be traded, which
sad news. That's sad news.
That's horrible news. That's horrible news, bro. He should be fired. I don't like him. And that's coming from a real Laker fan. Laker fan since the 80s, motherfucker. Fuck LeBron.
Take that trade, man.
He needs to leave, bro. He should be fired.
That's what I'm saying. Who's gonna take the trade?
Nobody. Don't nobody want him.
Then he's gonna leave y'all high and dry, man. He opted in, took that bag. Y'all,
and he ain't gonna do shit. Watch.
Y'all can't afford nothing no more.
Nope.
And he's gonna cry. He's not gonna finish the season out with y'all.
He won't. We signed. There you go, right there. Look at him.
I see somebody.
What's up, Unc? About time.
What up?
What up?
Hey, what up? The so-called chef.
Shit, I'm the greatest man alive. What you talking about? The flies on 2 feet, pimping.
Hey, okay, hold on, dog.
Get it twisted, sir.
Let me show you something, dog. Look, wait, don't hate.
Oh Lord, nobody wants to see that rubbish.
Don't hate. Come on now.
We're not gonna hate. We just gonna ban you from
I'm talking about you. I ain't worried about Smooth. I'm talking about you.
Yeah.
Hey, okay.
Hey,
let me finish with my Lakers and we'll get to
you do your basketball.
Let me finish. Let's finish basketball.
I ain't no basketball fan.
You coming in late and shit.
Look, man, shut up, man. Why you gonna do your uncle like that, man? Hey, I'm trying to. Let's see. What I do to make y'all expand? No, do it.
It don't even matter. So, anyways, the Lakers signed
here we go.
La Rivia or whatever his name is to
Jake
2 year, $2 million. My bad. 2 year, $12 million. Adding some depth at forward. I think that's going to be a good thing.
Let me go ahead and highlight that for you, bro. Let me go ahead and give you a little highlight on this dude. He's a triple threat. He's a triple threat, man. I just think you guys gonna have to use him. He's a big. He runs the floor very well. He can stop and pop. He's got mid-range game. I'm gonna put him in the likes of a Tony Kukoc.
Hey, you know, LeBron girl James, she ain't gonna come back next year.
They saying they ain't trade. Well, we don't want him this season. We didn't want him last season. We didn't want him when he showed
y'all
up.
shouldn't have had him at all. I mean, look,
I know.
I was watching last night on the G League. I was watching the Lakers play was San Antonio, and then they looked up and put on there Bronny, and I'm like, they were saying how he's supposed to have been tearing up the G League and stuff, and technically he didn't show me nothing. Bronny didn't show me nothing. And I don't know if you guys seen that game yesterday or last night, but yeah, they played. Yeah, it was San Antonio, and then I watched the one before that. It was
You talking about the Summer League?
Utah Jazz against somebody they played. But anyway, I mean it was decent. But I thought it was like I thought the league or the deal was over with. Oklahoma they played against the Jazz. But I said, oh, no, this is the G League. Because I looked up and I seen Bronny and everybody else. I'm going like, oh, these cats' names are not across the top.
Well, nah, them just
their names are at the bottom of their numbers. I'm going like, oh, wow.
Yeah, they got to switch it up.
Yeah, let's do something. But anyway.
Yep.
Yeah, man, but I'm not cool with LeBron being there, period. I don't know why
Is he planning on coming back, man, or what?
They not trading him. Don't nobody want him. We can't trade him, bro. He took the money. He took the money. He gonna give us a half-ass season, and then he gonna cry like the bitch he is to go somewhere, and ain't nobody gonna take him.
It's a sad thing, man, because most players would have allowed them to do something, because he's gonna complain about they don't have enough to compete. And signing into the bag now, man, that hurts them at that level where they could have got a third option. You know what I mean? Like, but now that really puts.
I thought this new dude they supposed to sign the new center.
Yeah, they re-signed Jackson Hayes.
That's a 1-year deal.
Signed DeAndre.
What's he gonna do?
Aiden
to a 2-year. Aiden.
Let me highlight him, bro.
He dope.
He's 27 years old.
And
balls, bro. He balls. The only bad thing is you gotta hope he doesn't. It's his body. Once again, he's injury prone, but he gets it in, bro. Gets it in. He's the real deal.
Yeah. Kendrick Perkins had a message for him, and he said, Kendrick Perkins said, "This is your last shot." He says you need to lock in because this is your last shot to succeed at a high level.
Right? 2 years?
Yeah, it's a 2 year.
You know who he sounds like, D? What's that young dude that they said he's supposed to been the Laker, but
Andrew Bynum
for a second. Huh?
Andrew Bynum?
Yeah.
He was supposed to be the next greatest thing.
Come on,
he was the biggest flop. He was
man.
He was like that quarterback y'all had.
Say 10, maybe 11 games. After that.
Yep, he was just like that quarterback y'all had. What, Jamarcus Russell? What's his name?
Here we go.
I'm just saying, y'all had a quarterback. Wait,
look.
You know how to take plays. That's why we can transition easily into football. So NFL, this man right here below us is a Raiders fan. And,
come on,
and that's Raiders spelt with a small R.
Come on, Denver. You want me to put a new saddle on you?
Hold on, but let's not
check this out, bro. Here's my prediction for the AFC West.
Oh, here we go. Hey,
here's my prediction for the AFC West. The AFC West, the Broncos, the Chiefs, the Chargers, and the Raiders.
I'd rather talk to Smooth. I don't want to talk to no pony.
Yeah. A bunch of shipwrecked pirates in the desert, bro. Shipwrecked pirates. A bunch of grown-ass men in the desert by themselves.
Here we go.
Silver and black. Like rainbow.
Here.
I'll just make it over here.
I ain't going nowhere, but I got to show you something. I got to get up for a second. But y'all go do your thing. I got something to show the pony man over here.
Whatever. Anyways, bro, my prediction for the AFC West, like I said, the Broncos is looking really right now. The Chiefs ain't been looking the super best.
Man, the hell with the Chiefs, man. Nobody think about no damn.
I'm just saying, when you're looking at them now, they on a kind of I don't know, people got them kind of figured out, right? Broncos is looking real good. Bo Nix, come on. He had one of the best rookie seasons ever between him and Jaden Daniels.
Right.
And the Raiders
It's smooth.
did
You
what
like
they
that?
normally do and lose, right? Raiders losing. They're good at that.
Smooth.
So
You like
that's
that
one thing they're
smooth?
good at. We know they're good at losing.
I like it.
You like that smooth?
Yep.
Yeah, whatever.
He said, yeah, whatever.
I had to sit in the living room and look at that shit a couple weeks ago.
Hey, smooth. When he and I didn't forget about you, dog. I'm waiting on homeboy with his tripping, but
no, don't even worry about it, man.
no. But see, I tried to tell. Hey, smooth. My boy come through here, and he looked up and said, "Man, go sit in that chair over there, up against near the wall." He said, "Hell no, I ain't sitting in that damn chair. I sit next to you."
Hey, he's gonna let me sit in this Raiders ass chair. Hell nah.
Hey,
Back started itching this shit, bro. Give me a
Smooth, I
rash
wish
sitting
you'd
in
have
that
been here,
chair.
man.
I'm cool.
It was funny, smooth. It was funny.
See, you guys are not just division rivalries, but y'all is actually not just conference, but division rivals. So that's
true.
That's what makes
Hey, but
it.
you know what? I don't think we even play y'all at all during next season or this season.
Who?
Do the Raiders play the Broncos at
we in the
all?
same division.
You know
we see
what?
each other twice a year.
Yeah, you have to.
No,
we in the same division. We gotta play twice a year. So
I
that's 2
understand.
L's y'all
I
gonna
was
take
thinking
off the
about Mark's team when he makes it.
Oh, don't nobody care about the Titans.
When it happens.
Yeah, the Titans don't play the
He in Tennessee
Raiders
now, right?
at all. Yeah, that's where he's at.
They might play him once, maybe.
No, they don't play him at all. I looked at his
Oh.
looked at the season. They don't play him at
shit.
all. That's D's cousin, Smooth. So
my son's team is the Titans. My youngest,
oh,
Johnny.
is that right?
Yeah,
Tell him to look out for Mark Perry.
That's
Yep.
right.
Yep.
Mark Perry.
My baby boy, man. He gonna do the thing. He
That's
gonna do
right.
it.
Yeah.
But I ain't talked to him. I seen him. What was it? He was on Instagram here about last week with his big old giant neck, looking like he ain't got nothing. And then he's showing his shoes off, and he was doing something with some little kids. And other than that, I ain't heard from him after. Really by his birthday, and his birthday was May 30th.
Okay.
Yeah, but he has to learn the scheme and everything where he's at. So, but anyway.
Right. Well, they had a record that was similar to y'all's last year, right? They went 3-14. Y'all was 4-13.
Yeah, well, it is what it is, bro.
Right.
Wait. Now we got this sorry ass Smith. Oh, I'm sorry, D. My bad.
No, you ain't hurt my feelings, partner.
Yeah.
Tell you that right now.
Why we taking Seattle's? And then wait, he's following.
Gino ain't related to us. He ain't Belizean. I ain't worried about him.
Right, that part. Right.
He's following Pete Carroll's sorry ass old dude. I say, ain't this nothing?
Hey man, Pete Carroll is come on, huh?
Yeah,
that's a coach right there.
That's a mind.
Look, that's Pete Carroll supposed to put in Lynch when they had a chance to win the whole damn thing.
Yeah, we know that, but still,
come on, man.
But still, look at the success he's had. Now, don't get me wrong, that's a bad move that he made. They're not putting Lynch in. We know that.
Right.
But aside that, come on.
Well, hey, that's the same thing that
look what he did with USC.
Tennessee
we could take it collegiate all the way up. The man is know what he's doing.
Yeah, he do.
Well, I'll give you that.
And he might be able to change some things over there with y'all because y'all just,
Wait, who was the coach that they supposed to gave George the ball when he was playing with Tennessee? And here it is. He missed it. I think that was George's fault because whoever it was, they tried to wind his clock, and he missed his touchdown by about a yard and a half.
Yeah, that's it. I mean, it happens, but I mean, everybody thought in that game that Marshawn was getting the ball. No one thought that was going to be a pass, bro. Not when beast mode was in full effect.
Oh man, he was nasty. He was nasty.
Yeah.
But well.
But yeah, man. Like I said, We ain't worried about your Raiders, man, because we got
Here
some.
we go. We ain't said nothing else about.
We got a rookie receiver, Pat Bryant. He gonna get out there and back
Here
us
we
up
go.
a little extra with these OTAs. He's been doing
Smooth.
really well.
So what you been up to, bruh?
See, you hear this shit? This is how we do this. So watch this. He act like we who show this. Keep messing with me, huh? Keep messing with me. Like I was saying, man. We got some things going on with Cortland Sutton, Mims,
Right.
Troy Franklin, man. So we got a nice receiving core. We got a nice running back core because we picked up J.K. Dobbins, R.J. Harvey. So we gonna it's gonna be lit, and these Raiders is gonna get their ass whooped twice this year, guaranteed by the Denver Broncos.
I need to get a better connection, man. Because
you don't need a better connection. I put you on mute because you was talking shit.
I hear something mumbling in the background.
Yeah, the chef got his hands on the control.
Hey, I'm in the kitchen whipping
What is that shit, man? Is that bugs and shit?
Yeah.
Oh man,
I mean, you guys go ahead and battle it out over there in the AFC.
But, hey,
I'm gonna go ahead and step on up for that NFC and say we're gonna start to run the gamut.
Yeah, I was just gonna say that, bro. Look, now the Niners is looking to be a really good bounce back season this coming season, man. For real.
We picked up a backup that I believe that can come over there because remember we didn't have a good backup for Brock last year. So anytime Brock was out there dragging limbs, bro,
or McCaffrey.
Or McCaffrey. You're right. So now we don't pick up both. We got a rookie, and we got help on the line too, man. With that dude, we got a rookie edge rusher. That's possible. Already talking about possibly being the defensive rookie of the year, sitting on the side with Bosa. What's it, Michael Williams? That dude's gonna be a beast, bro.
So now Bosa was named ranked number 5 top edge rushers in the NFL.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, man. I got my Bosa jersey waiting, bro. It's already steamed and ready, bro.
It says they're benefiting from this longer off season. You know what I mean?
Right.
It's allowed with some coaching changes and some player recovery. So they saying McCaffrey looking good right now, man.
We need that because he was you know what I'm saying, he was hurt pretty much
he was hurt
last year. He played banged. But we got rid of Debo. That's gonna hurt us. We got rid of Debo. But he went over to my other squad over in Washington, so I can't wait to see him over there.
Yeah, I want to see him with Jaden McDaniels.
Yeah, both of it, bro. That's gonna be sick.
That boy.
Then we also got rid of Jordan Mason, who picked up a lot of, you know what I'm saying, the yardage for us, bro. In the backfield.
Yeah, y'all got rid of Mason, but what did they give him? What did they get rid of him to get what?
We got cornerbacks. That dude Neal. It gives us depth because remember our corners was getting ate up on them third and longs, bro, and they target our corners because they didn't have a height. So we got a dude named I forget his Saran Neal. But once again, we're gonna have to see how well that plays out because we are losing. I like it when we try to trade a slot for a slot. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
so we're losing a running back and getting a cornerback. So that's kind of like, okay, well.
What y'all gave up a running back to get a corner?
Yeah, but we needed it. Like I said, man, our corners, not that they're bad, we just had small corners. And a lot of these dudes coming out, man, are like 6'4", 6'5", man.
Because
out the gym. So it was eating us alive, bro. So we needed to get that. I don't know how tall dude is. I'm gonna look into it, but I think that gives us a lot more depth to run off of. And you got to remember, what's the dude? I forget his name, man. Our defensive coach, when he left to go take the head coaching job. I forget his name, right? But like that was a huge blow to us because our whole offense was predicated on knowing the defense that we had on the field. I just know that's big for us to know that if we ain't putting up numbers on the board offensively, that our defenses was gonna at least pick up 6. They were gonna at least stop, on a lot of these plays because of he was a great mind in defense, which I ain't mad at him going to take a head coaching job, shit. But that that left a void for us. But now, once it's the second year under this defensive head coach, so we're about to see a difference, man. I think it's going to be a good bounce back year. Purdy got his money. You know what I'm saying? Well, 20. He signed through 2030 for 265 M's. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, that's what they gave Purdy.
Yeah. So
they needed to. They should have been paid.
He was on a
paid
man.
him.
He was on a.
They should have been paid him.
He was balling on the budget.
So hell
man.
Hey,
that's a bad dude, man. I got
So now that's
with
he's
him.
gonna play different. Not saying that he wouldn't have, but just knowing that that's a bag now. Like you got that weight on your shoulders now.
Now let me ask you this:
it was there, but mentally,
what they gonna do with that O line for him?
They was telling them like, hey, every time you sign that next line, you know that. Hey, bro,
wait, but does he still have the same help, or is he gonna get some better help in that O line for Purdy?
Right now, he's got pretty much the same help on the O line, which ain't really bad. It's just we were last year, bro. The last 2 years we played very banged up, bro. We came into the season banged up.
Yeah.
So I think we had got a lot of the players got some of that burn time on the field. So that's going to help now to limit our starters, our nose, who's huge. I remember our nose went out for out like half the season. I think it was, or our center, my bad, the one that protected Brock most.
Yeah,
he was out. You know what I mean? So it's one of those situations where that's coming back. But now his options, remember, no Debo. We getting more McCaffrey.
Right.
You know, in situations like that. Like I said, we don't have my man Mason out the backfield. He was a good slot receiver too, as well. So and these dudes picked up a lot of after the yard yards after catch. You know what I mean? After contact. So they know how to get and fight for those extra 4+ yards, man. That was big for us. So
but they got some good beef up front, man. But
we're not bad. Like I said, we don't have it bad over there. It's just now it's chemistry. You know what I mean? Like now it's chemistry and
get the pieces in place. It's all about that chemistry and how well they work together.
And Brock Purdy said it too, because what did he say? He said like it sucked. I forgot his actual words that he said, but basically it was like, man, it sucks. He said it sucks, dude. Was his last words when they asked him about Debo leaving and them letting him go. That was his guy.
That's nervy, man.
Yeah, they ran deep together. So it's one of those when you take a player like that, where when he came in, they kind of just gravitated towards each other and built that bond, and then you know he was in the trenches with you. Like it's something different when you don't have that there. Yeah, he's gonna build that with somebody else. So we're gonna have to see how that unfolds. But other than that, man, I think we got a good chance. I mean, we weren't bad. Well, we were like 6-13. 6-11 or something like that last year. So,
man, this is gonna be an interesting. I mean, it's always interesting, but man, this is gonna be an interesting season, man, because you don't know what these teams are gonna do.
Right.
Oh, I know. My team gonna win a lot of games. That's what my team gonna do.
Yeah, here we go with that.
And then they're gonna choke when it counts.
What the hell?
Nah, bro. I don't think so.
Hell? Wait. What?
Hey, we had one of the best turnaround. Hey, that was the first time we made it to the playoffs since Peyton Manning, bro.
Right. I know. I get it. But I mean,
we've been
once again, it's just like this. When they talk Lakers and they say what? We're not cool with the small accolades, right? We don't celebrate the conference championships. We don't celebrate the divisional chips. We celebrate the big one, right? You got to walk the big stage, the prom date with the prom date, right? So that's what I'm saying. So if you're gonna look at it like, okay, you made it a little bit further than last year, that's cool. But I'm a Niner fan, so I want nothing less than we've been to the Super Bowl, looked at it, smoked the pussy, and just couldn't get the nut off. So I'm good, bro.
Yeah, that's my thing with the Broncos. Like now, I see where we're headed because this was, we was after we hit that Super Bowl 50, bro. We just.
Hey, I feel you on that one. Look, we did the same
damn for real, bro. It got bad. Like,
we did the same damn thing, man.
Was there a reason for that, bro? And I'm gonna ask this
because there was issues with
You got some
we had issues with ownership because Pat Bowen passed.
On here, not a
Yeah.
Oh, what's up, Shawnee? Hey, my daughter said, "What's up, Unc?" She said, "Hey, Unc."
Hey, what's up, Shiny?
Yeah. So it was just issues with John Elway was running things. I think he wanted to go a different direction, and they wanted to. He stepped down.
Right.
I think pulling in
Did
just
collective bargaining
pulling in
agreement
good players.
To do with it?
Say what?
Did the collective bargaining agreement have anything to do with it?
Probably.
Yeah. Because I know it's ruining. I'm not saying it's ruining, but it's taking a big toll on the NBA. But I know since Unc jumped on and just interrupted the NBA talk and we went football, I won't do that to you guys. So
that's not my fault. This is not scripted one bit. This is live, bro.
Wait. You and Smooth got jokes and shit. That's all right.
It made me joke.
That's all right. I'll let y'all have, because see, I ain't no basketball fan. This ain't the 80s back in the day, so I ain't tripping. I ain't tripping.
I feel you.
Nothing wrong with it. Nothing wrong with it.
I can't talk up on whatever the hell's going on with the NBA, but
the only thing going on is LeBron needs to be fired. Along with JJ reject.
I'll say this. I want him out the league just so that way they can stop spinning the narrative on media so much about what is he gonna do and about his bro. There's so many great players out there. Pablo Banchero, bro, PB5 over in Orlando. He just signed a great deal, bro. Rookie that's
I heard about that.
Yeah, bro. Yeah. It's one of those situations where it's gonna be like, what do we do, man? Why we gotta still be talking about what he's worried about and what he's talking about, and when he have his agent, we all know when what's his name? The dude from Clutch Sports, what's his name, bro? The dude that dates Adele.
Oh,
whatever. The dude who's
I think because she snatched up that brother. She snatched him up good.
Yeah, Rich Paul. When he starts,
there you go.
He starts talking for LeBron. It ain't never good. It ain't never good. I was just telling him when he comes out to start speaking on shit for LeBron and what LeBron don't like or what they don't like. It ain't never been good. I can remember 3 times coming out and hearing him talk. 3 times, and every time it was something that was going on, a switch, a swap, a trade, or it was the Balco shit with Lebron. So I'm tired of that. I'm tired of that. Every day on every time sports talk media gotta bring up what's he gonna do, how this is that. But man, give it up. Let him just subside and do what he do. Take his son, and they ride off into the sunset. They're good, man. It's good, right? Like, there's so many other players in the league that's doing well, bro. Like,
that's being overshadowed over some old dude.
Yeah.
I mean, you don't even hear Shai Gilgeous-Alexander being talked about like that. This dude has been the MVP. Dude, if you look it up right now, dude, and see if he's an elite company already, bro. This dude has won the MVP of the league, the MVP of the finals, the championship. He's averaging over 30 points. Dude, he's up there, and ain't nobody talking about this dude. He's just quietly chilling and hanging out with his kid and his wife, and you don't see nothing about it. If the Lakers would have won this championship, man, LeBron, new commercial. This nigga
already got commercials. I'm sick of that shit.
What's them Hims commercials for hair loss? He'd be doing it for
they already got him on Amazon with the bullshit.
Everything, bro. He's gonna be coming like the next Shaq. You know what I'm saying? And Shaq earned it though. I'm not saying that. You know what I'm saying? He earned his. He did his the right way. Whereas I'm not gonna say they're giving it to because to be a professional athlete.
He earned it.
Right. But I'm not going to take nothing from LeBron because to be a professional athlete at that level, you still got to you still got to put the ball in the hoop. You still got to keep yourself conditioned.
Yeah, and I take any of his skill sets away from him.
Right. I'm not.
I'm not a fan, bro.
Right.
You're not as great as you say you are. Like, I don't really want to hear a motherfucker.
You just said it right there. As you say you are. No, Jordan never came out and said how great he was. Kobe never came out and said
you never heard Magic, Bird, none of them. You look at any of the greats, they never considered themselves great.
But this dude does. He has the audacity. And here we are talking about him. This is how he leaks his way into conversations, my fault included. But this is the reason why, because there's so many narratives that are false about this dude.
Yeah.
Who started that mess, man, about saying that he's supposed to be?
He called himself the GOAT or some shit.
Yeah, he did. He said he says you can't.
He said it in the thing the other. I just seen it on. They got a fucking thing on him with Netflix.
Yeah, it had to do with you can't. He said by default you can't do this, and this, and not be labeled as a GOAT, as one of the greats. So I've done this, I've done that, so I feel that I'm the greatest to do it.
Yeah,
like you called yourself the GOAT. Like, no, who does that? Like, most people don't even name themselves their nicknames.
This is the
Like,
first time,
Jordan,
you know,
I call himself Air Jordan.
Right.
Yeah.
Like that came, but by it just, and oh my God, and then the announcer says something, and boom, next thing you know, just like everybody else, it just sticks, and now you know, boo, 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 because they say it. So who was the first people to say that Jordan was a GOAT? It was the media. It was his peers. It was those people. They were the ones. Remember, they were saying it. Man, I was out there watching. It was like, what you call it? God had a puppet. You know what I'm saying? Like,
what you call it said. What did Bird say? Bird said, "Man, that was God in basketball shorts, bro."
Right. Right. And that came from Bird, man.
That came from one of the best to touch a rock, man.
That's
like,
right.
Come on.
And guess what? What's really interesting is when you go watch that, you know how they rerun these things on about the Dream Team, right? Listen to what they were talking about and how they spoke. Like, Jordan moved with admiration. He was like, no, you guys go first. No, you guys are in the picture. No, you do this. Like, I'm just here enjoying the moment and absorbing in all this greatness. They were the ones that said, man, no, you come on in. You need to be right here. You need to be in this photo. Like, it's a handy. They said it. They said it on the game. And I give shout outs to Coach Calipari for the way he went about getting them ready, because he knew that I got all these greats. How do I get them motivated? How do I get them to be ready to play against the world? Right? Because remember, this is the first election of greats like this. Basically, the super teams that we see nowadays. This was the first time.
You got some personalities out there, brother. That's man. How can you be?
And the way he did it is they came in. He said, I forgot what it was. Bobby Hurley. Bob Hurley. He was one of the college players. You remember they used to have them play against college, scrimmage against college teams and players, and the college team wore their ass out. But see, the coach, what he did is he pulled everybody before they can realize it and start to play harder and harder. So he basically made sure that they lost by the way he subbed in and out the players. They weren't focused. Okay, I see you, Jordan. I'm not going to play you as many minutes because you're going to bring this team back. Bird, you're going to do this. So and so, you're going to do this. Magic, you're doing this, right? So I'm going to pull you guys and not give you as many minutes and let this team win. And that's how he motivated them, because he knew that they had to sit on that. And then he came in. The only words he said is like, "You're going to let a whole bunch of college kids beat y'all and you about to play against the world."
God damn, that was a sight.
All it took. Because everybody knows Magic, Bird, Jordan. It started here. So once you got them going here, that's all it took. Yep. They came out and demolished them from that point on.
You got to remember, that's technically, they call it the Dream Team, but that was technically 2 Dream Teams, bro, because your other 5 that's sitting are just as good as the starting 5, bro. Like,
bro, that squad was.
You got to think about that Dream Team squad, bro. They was dog walking. Either squad a dog walk your ass.
Yeah,
like
that's what they did, and
that's what they did. I mean, they had Clyde, the Admiral. They had everyone.
Yeah, Barkley, Jordan,
they had that was ridiculous right there, bro.
Sick, man.
That was a ridiculous
that
team.
was a sight move. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
That was the super duper team.
Like I said,
I
man,
bet they just sat there and looked at each other going like, what the hell?
And plus, you got to take this into consideration. This was the first time that basketball was being brought into the Olympics, where they got to play against the world. So everybody, the Tony Kukoc and everybody that was overseas that was watching us play out here, This
Oh,
to
they was
them,
paying.
like they said, they were like in almond because they came to whoop their asses, but they were taking pictures with them. And you
Yeah.
already know, once again, the Jordans, the Magics, the Birds, and the Barclays, they already said it. What? Oh man, we already got them beat because they over here taking pictures with us and almond asking for autographs before they said, man, they were blowing them out during halftime. They was coming up and asking for pictures. They didn't care. It was just for them to be in the same arena playing against these whatchamacallit. So it's
These
definitely
legends.
some of the something that it was a history in the making, bro. Definitely, bro. But
I'd have turned around and said, let me go to my, let me go to the locker room. Let me get my shower. I'm going home. I quit.
Hey,
I quit.
hey, Magic. Hey, Isaiah Thomas was talking about how amazing Jordan was, right? He said, man, he
Yeah.
said we was watching the game and him and Joe, when the Bulls were playing, him and Joe would always, be on the phone talking.
To
And
about
they
Dumars?
said, man, they said Mike came down, whoever they was playing against, and he said he came from the left out the third box or some shit, and
Yeah.
glided all the way to the other side of
The
the hoop.
other side. Yeah.
And he
Oh,
said him and Joe Dumars sat on the phone in complete silence for about 5 minutes, bro.
right.
And then he said Joe was like, "All right, then I'll see you at practice tomorrow."
no. The best the
This
best
motherfucker
look
is
I got.
ridiculous. Like,
Wait, the best look I got, and I looked at it and I just shook my head when Iceman, when he looked up and they asked him, say, well, what do you think? And then soon as they threw George's name out there, Iceman, he looked up, he goes, he said he wouldn't want to play.
Yeah,
yeah.
I
Like
said, wait,
motherfuckers talk about losing sleep over having to guard him. Like,
yeah,
like
yeah,
motherfuckers will say you ain't sleeping that night.
yeah.
Like when you know you got to guard Mike. What's his name?
wait, who y'all
What's the
playing
brother name
tomorrow?
that said,
We,
man,
we,
that's
we
the only
playing the
motherfucker
Bulls.
I went and made sure I got rest for.
Rest for it. Yeah,
He was on the podcast with Matt Barnes and them, and he
yeah.
was like, shit. He said, man, he said any other time, I don't care who I'm guarding, I'm a party and everything the
Or-
night before. He
Wait,
said,
wait,
when
wait,
Mike come to
wait.
town,
Hey,
Mike
D.
come to town, nigga, I'm about to go take a nap. I'm going to
I
bed.
Yeah,
remember Maxwell.
yeah. He said
Maxwell
10
was talking some shit, and all
I
of a
think it
sudden,
was Maxwell. It was
Yeah,
yeah,
Max.
it was Vernon.
Yeah, it was
Maxwell
Max.
looked up and said,
And Max.
"Man," he said,
Yeah.
"Who y'all playing the Bulls tomorrow?" Never mind. He said,
I'm going to
"My ankle
bed.
broke.
Shit.
I'm sick. I
Yeah.
quit. I'm going home."
I'm
Man,
he
telling
these
you,
said,
man.
motherfuckers lost sleep over
What did,
that man.
what did Coach talk about?
"He
He
said,
said, Coach said, and they got the footage and everything. Coach Calipari said when he played him, he said, I never looked him in the eye. He said, the one thing he said, I never would look him in the eye.
oh
He goes,
shit,
because any little thing would set him off. He goes, we had a rookie. He said, we played him, right? And he said, the rookie had busted Mike for like 16 points in the first half or something like that. And he said Mike came back out and he said he was looking at him and he said he could see him out the corner of his eye, but he wouldn't make eye
yeah,
contact with him.
He was not making eye contact.
Yeah, he said, I'm not making eye contact.
yeah."
He went like this.
Oh man.
And he said, hey, he asked his assistant coaches, he goes, man, what's he doing? He goes, he's doing this to you. He goes, it's to me? He goes, yeah. He goes, what the hell does that mean? He goes, that he's not going to score. He's not going to score at
You ain't
all.
gonna
More.
see the hoop.
He said he clamped him down so hard that he had to pull the rookie out the game just so he kept
Yeah.
his confidence and his spirit up. So
Yeah.
Oh
Because
man.
he said when they came back in the second quarter or the
Mhm.
second half or whatever, no, the second quarter, because he said he had
Second
like a
quarter.
16, 17 point first quarter, right? He
Yep.
said at that second quarter, he said that boy he didn't get to touch the ball.
He
That's how
didn't even
Mike
get to
was on his
catch the
ass.
ball,
He
bro.
didn't catch the ball, nothing, bro. Mike denied
He
everything.
didn't even let him
Everything.
catch the ball, bro.
Shut him
And so
down.
he had to take him out the game just so he wouldn't break his spirits as a rookie, bro, being shut down like that. So, and then he also said he was like, there was a time where he said Mike came and put his head in one of his huddles, He said he looked at him and he turned away and he just kept calling the play. He didn't even talk to him to tell him to get out the huddle. He's like, because anything would trigger this dude. He was like, it didn't matter what it was. You looked at him wrong, he'll take that. And he's like, Mike always looked for that igniter. And that's one of the things that I felt that when you talk greatness, when you talk about that like Magic, when you watched him compete, when you watched Kobe compete, you know, all these great stories. I don't hear none of these type of stories coming from the camps that LeBron has played with. I hear the opposite stories on what he did to ice a player out, to not get them the ball, to complain to coaches behind this person's back. That's the kind of shit that I hear, and they want to say that this dude is the GOAT or he's up there, man. That's degrading to a lot of these players, man. Even the ones that didn't even win championships, like a Gary Payton, like a Sean Kemp, like a Charles Barkley, man. That you could be considered to be great without a championship, and then yeah, man. I mean, the list goes on and on and on.
Yeah,
it's crazy. We got some that are great role players, man. There's nothing wrong with that, man. We live in a society where it's all about just who the stardom is. And that's why I really like OKC. OKC is showing the greatness in teamwork to foster that it's not about one person. It's not about just I or me and I get the trophy. Every interview, man, Shea Gildress and them will be out there with the full squad, and he'll say, man, it was due to this dude today. Interview him. You know what I'm saying? Like that's very rare, man. That's what makes greatness, right? That's what makes a person want to play with them. That changes the dynamics of your franchise on how that looks for the college player right now that may be coming out. And it's like, oh man, I never wanted to go play for OKC. It's a small market.
Small market, yeah. It's
Right,
small.
or Indiana, small market. But now look, I bet you they changed it more. Yeah. You know, it's just like these small schools that come out that every year there's a Cinderella team in the NCAA tournament, right? Every year. And that, like, now I remember the Cinderella team for me when I was coming up was UTEP and Gonzaga, like these little ass small schools. Yeah. Now, dude, they're big school, not big schools, but they're big marketing.
They have that backing. Yeah, they have that marketing. Yeah.
Big names come from there. They go there, and I'm like, that's crazy as hell. So all it just takes is that, man. And I think that's being changed in the dynamics because of, once again, the collective bargaining agreement, for at least in the NBA. I don't know how that works. I know we fostered it after the NFL. That's the reason why I asked that question, because a lot of the things that the NBA does, they look at the NFL first and how it works. So a lot of times the NFL is the pioneer or the risk taker of a lot of these contract, you know, what's guaranteed, what's not, what's this, what's that, what's collective bargaining agreements, cap space, all that kind of shit. We embodied that from the NFL, or we as in the NBA, being a basketball fan. So I know that's changing the trajectory of you can no longer have dynasties. Like, it's almost going to be impossible.
Not like it used to be. Yeah, you're right. Yeah,
because you have to pay these other, like right now, OKC maybe got one more year left in them, because after that, contracts are going to get ridiculous.
Wait, did you see how much they
deserve
signed?
This, I'm a winner. Yada yada yada.
Did you see how much they signed their boy for? The brother that got the MVP?
Yeah, Shea Gildress.
That big man. They gave him some coins.
He got the biggest contract in NBA history.
He got the coins.
Yeah.
But at the same, I had to get. The brother worked hard though. I had to give it to him.
Man, like I said, you look him up, bro. He's an elite company already.
I didn't know he was from Canada. Bro.
Yeah.
I didn't know he was Canadian. I just seen a thing on, I think it was Netflix. Not that we're trying to give him props, but they little thing on him. I was like, oh damn, okay. Right. A lot of athletes coming out of Canada, bro. I mean, from overseas, but that's not overseas, but coming from other countries,
right?
That are on the prime, bro.
If you take the history of basketball, most people are going to say it started and originated in Canada. If you look up where was, like he's from Canada, right? So they're going to say basketball Wikipedia, but it's an American. They came and seen it here and took it over there and just started.
They just ran amok
started
with
a
it.
league and all that kind of stuff. Yeah. So
Yeah.
shout out to Canada though. Dean Brooks, that's another one. Right? Isn't he from Canada? There's a couple. There's a few.
There's a handful of them, bro. There's quite a few.
And
they hoopers, bro.
Yeah, they hoop. They hoop.
They hoop.
All of them pretty much hoop. Yeah. So,
hey, shit, Eric was out there. He was out there working with some, so he know Canada.
A lot of them.
Oh yeah. Look, Eric was all over the damn place, man.
Seattle is a balling area, right? And so it's up right there. You're in Seattle. You just go boop boop boop, fall right on over to Canada. And Seattle is known for ball, like going up there in summer league. All of these pros out there going to Gary Payton camps and Sean Kemp camps and all that kind of stuff, man. It's a lot of people. Whatchamacallit's from up there too. Jamal Crawford, Seattle ballers. Right. All these niggas ball, bro. They run it all summer. They run it.
Yeah. So to switch speeds, we're gonna go back towards football. But have y'all seen these one-on-one Oklahoma drills?
No.
I've seen them, but I'm not familiar with them.
Okay. Hold on.
Wait. You talking about football, Oklahoma?
Just watch this. But this is with them. It's more on a lot of rugby players are doing it. But let me just pull this up for y'all real quick. Show y'all something. Check this out.
Hey, right now, this is Nelly.
Yeah.
Damn.
So.
Yeah.
Yep.
Hey, D, back in the day,
and that's just a little bit right there.
I remember back in the day, we used to play
some of these.
You know who they look like? I remember back in my day, man, we used to play them Samoans in Scottsdale.
They are. That's what they are.
Them
all Samoans and Tongans, them Pacific Islanders, man. They ain't playing.
Man. You might as well just go and hit a brick wall and just say, fuck it. Take me to the hospital now.
That part.
Yeah. This is one of those things that's been going on. It's a new sports craze or whatever you want to call it, like competition league type thing. I think they got going on now. Yeah, man. So it's one-on-one Oklahomas, and most of these people that are doing this are they're rugby players, man. And rugby players ain't no joke, bro.
No, they ain't no joke.
They savages, man.
Look, you can put me, you, and Smooth together, and that'll make one leg.
You go by your damn self,
man.
You go by yourself.
D. Me, you, and Smooth. That's it. It's over.
No, sir.
It's a wrap.
No, sir. I won't be on the field.
He said, "No, sir."
No, sir. Now a younger me, yeah, I'd be I ain't scared of these motherfuckers. But now, shit. You hit me and I wet myself, soil my pants and shit. I ain't ready for that, bro. I'm not ready for that embarrassment.
Hey, D, that back in the day, it's like, okay, me playing against you youngsters, I didn't care. I said, wait, give me my mouth.
Yeah, when I was young and fitter.
Yeah.
I'd have been like, I ain't scared, but now, shit. No, you gotta put me in a 50 and older league.
Wait,
you can be playing around, bro. I know my limitations.
Who's your uncle? You. Shit, I'll be your uncle, but I ain't playing. Fuck that. I'll bring you some water.
Yeah, man. I'll cheer for your ass. I will cheer for you. Let's go.
Hey, D.
You can do it.
I'll cheer for you in my car. I said, hey, there you go.
Yeah, tell me the radio station is on, right?
Got my window down about that much. Go ahead, D. Go ahead. Shit.
And I'm gonna text you. I'm right next to you. Shit, what you yelling for?
Wait,
sitting right here, bro.
You can't tap me right here and say, hey, You say, I'm a text.
No, I'm gonna text you because I'm gonna text you. Shit, this
That
one
part.
sitting right here, bro.
Oh
Yeah,
damn,
man. Nah,
oh damn.
I know my limits right now.
No, I know
And
my limits too. I was
yeah,
gonna say, back then I didn't have no limits. Now,
well, yeah. I mean, these are we don't know the age groups. I'm sure it's probably from 18 to you got your 30-year-olds. You probably got some in shape 40-year-olds. I mean, I'm just saying, but
yeah,
Well, I
this
mean,
is this is some
when you watch a
serious.
lot of those, whatchamacallits, man, and most of those people when they're playing in these like one-on-one leagues, 3-on-3 leagues, just different shits, man. A lot of them are over 30, like at least 40
Yeah,
years old, man. And they're still out
yeah,
there capable.
yeah,
I mean, look at the
yeah,
one-on-one league that's going on with the Beasleys and the, you know what I'm
yeah.
saying? I seen Beasley go against what's my man's name the other day? God, it's right on the tip of my tongue too.
Wasn't
I
Lance,
seen it.
right?
No, not that one.
Was
It's
somebody else?
you talk about
it was
basketball?
a guard. Yeah, it was a guard. One on. And man, it wasn't a 1-on-1. They was running full fives, but they
Okay.
took it. Man, he wore number 1 in the league. Guard. I can't.
I can't remember, bro. I think
Man,
I seen that too.
I'm having a bad memory day when it comes to this shit. um, geez. No, see, they only got the one with Lance Stevens because that was the big one. But anyway, but yeah, man, these dudes ain't young. That's the whole point. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
so, but I do want to say, and bringing up the W. I know you guys ain't big basketball fans. I'm always go back to it real quick, but just give shout out to the W. Just saying that they got they have their all-star game coming up. They just got the coaches that were picked. So Caitlin Clark got picked as one of the coaches, and uh, Collier. She's and the thing about this is some of the rivalry that came about this is they swap coaches because they allow them to make some player swaps before they go and do their drafting, and they can say, okay, we're gonna do some player swapping. But they actually because of this, the coach that was with Minnesota who was going to coach Clark, she the one that overpicked, kept her off the Olympic team. So Clark traded the coach. It's because she didn't want to play, not wanted to play, but basically she's like, hey, you know what? I remember that. So she traded the coach
Oh,
for this.
wasn't that
Just,
recent?
yeah, it just happened. Yeah.
Yeah, because they look okay.
Yeah.
See, now I did one of your moves smooth. I was like, it's right at the tip of my tongue, and I go
Yeah.
like, yeah, they switched.
Yeah, they just swapped the coaches because
Oh
they got picked.
man,
They can do player swapping, but they this is the first time ever that they actually swap coach.
right.
So,
Oh,
and the Minnesota player is cool with it because that's her regular coach and regular. So Collier plays for her regularly, who's the head coach, who was the team captain, who got another
oh,
coach assigned to her. So now they swap. They were both with it, but for different reasons. So it's pretty cool, man. Some headlines are going to be. I think that makes it pretty
I'm not
exciting.
even a basketball fan. I remember that. I look up and go like, ooh, that's nasty. That's
Yeah,
ooh,
I was like, that's kind of dirty, man. You get somebody back like
that's
that. I
cold.
remember, yeah.
That's
Hey,
that's
So
that's
there
cold.
was some ill will intent, but do remember that the coach, she did say something about like
Uh,
that was messed up because when the Olympics went on, the coach had said, I'm trying to see if I can find it, man. It was pretty derogatory, being like, she posted on her, she made a tweet, and her tweet said hashtag 12 players, hashtag the W is more than one player, because she said you shouldn't be putting all of this pressure on Caitlin Clark coming into the league who hasn't did anything yet. So now look at fast forward second year in the league, all that she's done for it, and he held her own, walked the walk, talked the talk, and now she's the captain going in and got assigned this coach, and she traded the coach. So that's
she's another bird though, man.
Oh man, she's awesome, bro. Like,
Yeah, that girl ain't
I
no
mean,
joke, man.
she did some shady
Yeah,
shit though,
she can
man. But
ball.
she the bird.
She can
I don't think
ball.
Man,
it's shady, man. I think when you're targeted the way she's targeted, she's
right.
responding to a lot of things. I wouldn't call it shady. It's just she's being because the
Well, wait a
limelight.
minute, man. How you gonna turn around and then you gonna fling somebody on the ground like she did, or punch somebody like she did?
Right.
But
Hey,
she
that's
still
all in
had
the
the best.
sport though.
Hey,
Like,
And look at how many times it's happening to her and it goes uncalled. That's what
I
I'm saying.
understand, and you got to protect yourself. But
Right, right. But now they got old girl that what is it? 14-year black belt on her squad. So that ain't happening this year if you notice. Like
well, that's
maybe
yep.
it was one little scuffle, but that was about it. Everything else has been because of her growing injury. But it
Yeah.
ain't been all of that mistreating her now that they done picked up the black belt.
this what gets me. How can a girl get a groin injury?
They
It's
got
still a
growing
muscle.
muscle.
Yeah, it's still a growing muscle. It's not a
Yeah.
it's not a testicle
Not
that
the balls. It's
yeah,
damn.
that's staying true in her neck.
It's
But
still a groin. Is
yeah,
that's what that
the
area
muscle,
is called.
Hey,
Shit.
right.
Smooth. We
That's the
say
area.
it ain't like she got a set of balls or anything, but you
Yeah.
know.
Shit.
Right. At least that we know about
But
or
we know of, right?
yeah,
Like
you know what I
shit.
mean? Shit. But I'm
Woo!
Like
just
you
saying.
know, yeah. But you can have a groin injury.
Wait,
That's anybody.
hey, Smooth. It's just like my daughter. She kicked me one day, brother. I went down. I was crying, and then D, your aunt says, "Oh, cut all that crying. What you crying for?" I said, "Here,
Shit.
you grow a set, and somebody kick you, and let me see how you feel." Oh,
Hey,
I
but
gave
you
up
know,
the
if you kick
ghost,
them
bro.
just right, it can hurt them equally the same. It's just they got a little bit more protection.
Yeah.
A little bit
Yeah.
more shit.
Yeah, a lot more. But I'm just
Yeah.
you can sit down wrong and get and the draws get tightened up on one and pop it and squeeze it like a grape, man, and that shit
No,
hurt.
brother, cut it.
Hey,
Let me
bro.
stop, man,
That's
because
why I can't do
y'all
the
making me
cycling.
hurt now. Shit.
Yeah,
Oh, damn.
yeah.
Yeah, your
Yeah.
aunt told me this. What you crying for?
Shit.
That didn't hurt. I said, shit.
I got a
Uh,
question for you then.
But
Do girls wear cups?
not that I know.
damn.
I don't think I've ever like
They,
not
they
not
don't
that
do
I'm
a cup
old,
check.
but
I've watched enough UFC where
right,
UFC, you show the hands, yeah,
right.
and
And then they do the yep, they do the
yeah,
tap
but the girls
in
know.
basketball too. Like sometimes that some dudes be like, "Hey, bro," like not cup, but they wear that what them shits called them compression shorts. They got that compressioned area.
Oh, they got that
Yeah.
compression bra thing that they be wearing. I
Yeah,
mean,
Well,
yeah,
homeboy from
yeah, they
OKC, had one on.
yeah.
I
Well,
look
yeah,
up and
because
go,
he
what
gets
the hell?
yeah, because he gets dropped, man. Man, he get pulled out the sky, the air. Man, imagine if they would have had them for Jordan and Vince Carter's and all them high flyers back in the days. Man, they probably still be out here doing it
yeah
because
I
help
mean,
prevent
I go,
injury.
yeah,
It's
what the
almost like
hell?
wearing like a quarterback wearing a skeleton in football. That's the padding under the padding. You know what I'm
Right,
saying?
right.
To protect that rib cage, collarbones, all that shit. So that's the
Yeah, because
kind of
they be
stuff.
going for that
tailbone
though,
look like
bro.
they
Boy,
got
you get
diapers on.
whew,
Yeah.
But
that
shit, you
rib cage,
fall on
that
that
boy.
tailbone, man. Look at how many people that fell on that tailbone was out for
Yep,
weeks.
Yeah,
yep.
that shit hurt,
That
bro.
That
shit
shit
hurts. Yeah,
hurt. That
I
that
shit
can't.
hurt.
hurts.
I can't even sit on the air flight over 2 hours before that
Right.
motherfucker be like, "Oh Lord, this is be hurting, man." Be
We
like,
say,
"Like,
D, you can't do it for 2 hours. Like, oh shit, wait a minute, something going
hey,
on.
don't put me on no plane, bro. I can't, man. I'll be like, okay, this time when this motherfucker landed, hurry up."
Hey, and you over all this desert and water and shit. It's like, well, we ain't gonna be
Man,
around for about another three
shit, they
hours.
keep fucking around. I was gonna use that flotation device to sit on. I'd have blew that bitch, shut that motherfucker underneath me, man. Yeah. Yeah, that shit's
Hey,
uncomfortable, but yeah.
your
Falling
boy
on the
can't even
tailbone hurts, bro. That's painful. That's like
wait.
because it's a
Your
bruised
boy
bone.
can't do. Hey, your boy can't even do that now, D.
Who?
Raj
Oh shit.
with his sad ass. I said, man, sit your punk ass down somewhere and be still. No, I can't do it. I can't do it. I said,
Well,
ain't
that's a
this
lot to
nothing?
sit down. Shit, Roger. You know you getting clowned like almost every week, dog.
Every week
Live.
it's
You
Yeah.
lie,
wait a
boy.
minute.
Wait till we get
He,
a couple
he
100 million followers more, and you gonna
I
be
even
in for it.
told
They
him.
gonna be like, they gonna know you everywhere. Roger Tillman, he
I
the nigga
said,
that
man,
never
you
show up.
supposed to be on. You supposed to be on the video with your
I sent him an
cuz, man.
email.
You
I sent
supposed
him
to.
an email.
He ain't said nothing. Hey, Smooth,
I
wait till you
sent him an
see him.
email.
You can look up and
Huh?
go, this big baby. I said, what the hell? I said, hey, man.
I seen him. I sent him an email. I sent everybody the same emails, and the whoever show up, we know who's showing up. So
No,
that
I got
ain't
to
on
get me
me,
another
man.
phone, man.
And,
Because I was sitting up here
and all these people
waiting.
supposed to be sports folks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's easy.
Till I
It's
look,
easy when it's not the limelight on, bro. It's always easy to
Yep.
like so when you want to talk about somebody, just like when we was talking about the AI stuff, right? I tell somebody they always got a comment or whatever, and I ask, "Have you did it though? Have you used it? Are you no?" But man, just get the experience. Get on there and do it. Come on here, get the experience and do it, man. Let's talk
yeah,
sport.
you got
That,
this shit.
you
If
know.
I get my no nonsense, no knowing sports ass on there, I say you can do it. They said, nah, man. Nah, me and the Vikings, we're gonna do it. I said, man, don't
The
tell me what you're
Vikings.
gonna do. You got to get out here and jump in the deep end of the pool. Come
Right.
on, quit
Yeah.
playing.
The Vikings ain't
Sharks
gonna
in
do
your
nothing.
water.
We'll
I
just
said,
tell him
why?
now he can't put the Vikings. I don't care about them.
Look,
That's why.
I try to tell him. I said, just like with my team, I said, look, you rep right. Don't be. Hey, don't half-ass do it. He just like me. Shoes, house slippers, jacket, jersey. I mean, he got
Yeah.
everything. And then his ass won't even show up. I said, man, like somebody want to, man, sit down. Sit your punk ass down.
Y'all should sell all y'all stuff because it's atrocious when you come together.
Mm, mm, mm. That's horrible.
Look at his face, though. Look how he looking at me.
Mm,
Man, get your hand off that thing, man. Put the hammer down, pimp. It's just a nephew. It's just a
Hey,
nephew, man.
Smooth.
This guy.
I'll be the first
Yes.
one. I'll give you a rack. We're gonna buy this nigga a new pony, little ride. Get him a new saddle.
Whatever,
Are you
man.
Get him a new chin strap.
I'm gonna ride off
Not
into
a
the
jock
sunset with
strap.
my finger in the sky.
Not a
Number
jock
one.
strap. We're gonna get him a new
Right.
chin strap.
Numero uno. Right
A
Because
chin
here.
strap.
he wants somebody to ride his ass. That's all right.
Man, this team right here is gonna put a whooping on your team.
Here we
Partner.
go.
Hey,
Here we
This is
go.
the good part about all this is we can always go back to this after the season starts. 8 weeks,
Yeah.
8 weeks in, pull this right back.
Hey, you know what my boys used to
we all
do
look at each
at
other
work?
all crazy and shit like,
Them fools would if they make a bet. So the bet is if your team win, the loser gotta wear the other team jersey for a day.
oh hell no.
Yeah.
I'll be damned if I put on a sissy suit.
See you don't even want to make the bet. See what I'm saying? You don't even want to make the bet. That's all right. I'm gonna get you a personalized
you know
jersey
what?
too that say
Hey,
it's
hold
gonna
on.
be a person, #1 Broncos fan, Uncle CP. Ugh. Big dog. I'm gonna get you a jersey. Bronco.
Wait.
Yeah.
Hey, D, your crazy cousin talking that same crap. He said, yeah, when we play y'all, man, and we gonna win, you gotta wear the Vikings shirt. I said, I ain't wearing
Yeah.
no faking ass shirt. Cause see, he already lost twice to me. And I said, okay, now I get to see him, pay
They
up.
don't. That's a big shirt for him to get.
Brother. That's almost like what's homeboy that likes being on? Well, he lost a lot of weight. What's that big old boy's name? He's a comedian. He looked up and said, "Man, you need to put a tablecloth on to make
What you
one
call it?
part of your suit."
Oh man, I forgot his name.
I forgot. I
It's
got his
not
picture.
Earthquake, but it's the other
Bruce, Big Bruce.
No, not Bruce.
Bruce did lose a lot of weight though.
Okay.
He lost a lot of weight. It's the other one, Crawford.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Lavelle Crawford.
Lavelle Crawford. Yeah.
Yep.
He hella funny.
He's
Yep.
stupid.
Yep.
He said, "How am I going to turn around and be judging, the soul food restaurant, and I ain't even ate the motherfucker."
All right. I got a hot one for you guys.
Uh-oh.
And I hate to do it because of, once again it encompasses the one and only Levering, right? But I'm looking, and this just came across my ticker right now, and it says Rams Devontae Adams says that LeBron James would have been one of the best wide receivers in the NFL history.
Hell no. No.
He ain't that fast.
What?
6'9" though, 260.
Yeah, 6'9", 260. Yeah.
That would have hurt us.
See, that'll hurt anybody. But can he run a route? Can he run a route? Can he catch the ball?
That's
I'm glad you said it before I did.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's a whole nother ball game because
can he take a hit?
Can he take? Yeah, exactly.
Now,
can he take
I'm glad both of y'all said what I'm going to say. He can't take no hit.
Look how you can't flop. You can't flop in football like you do in basketball.
Hell no.
But realistically, we don't know if he could take a hit or not. I mean,
yeah, we don't.
We're not. The NBA ain't hitting like that. So.
Exactly, bro.
That's some different not like shit. That. No,
right.
That's some
like
different
that.
shit,
No,
bro.
right.
Because now you got, he 260, whatever, but you got another motherfucker the same size as you who might be shorter, who's 6'3", 6'5", and he weighing the same, if not 300, that can move just as well as you.
Well,
that's different, bro.
Let's do this. Hey, D.
That's different.
Your cousin is 6'3", almost. Yeah, but he's taller than me, and here he weigh about maybe what a $180, and he's
Mark weigh more than that.
No, Mark. No, he's not 200. He's about $180, $185.
Oh, they listed him bigger than that on the.
Probably right now. I mean, right now. But look, hey, Smooth. He laying motherfuckers out.
I believe it.
Yeah, you don't have to be massively big to lay a nasty hit. It's knowing how to hit. And how to put that power behind that hit. You don't have to be. I've seen big dudes who can't. They hit you and it feel like the fucking bouncy house and shit. You just motherfucker on a beanbag just cuddled you up. But then you got some motherfuckers that hit you and you be like, God damn.
All right,
you know what I'm saying? It's a difference.
To the fire. You ready for more fuel to the fire?
Yeah.
Not only did they say that was just the headline. Not only did they say that he would be one of the best wide receivers, but they also said or tight end.
I'll give him tight end.
Okay.
I don't know.
But
James, can he take a hit?
Hold on.
James that's the only thing.
Listen to this one.
I'll give him tight end.
He said, now James said himself, his own hit out of his own words, his comparison on the football field. His comparison on the football field would have been a combination of Randy Moss and Rob Gronkowski.
James said that?
Yeah, it's out of his mouth. His quotes says probably like a mix between, Rob Gronk or Randy Moss a little bit, but he's a lot smaller than me. He runs a lot faster, but he's a lot smaller than me. James said during an appearance on the New Heights in March.
That's deep.
That ain't deep. That's a crock of shit.
Come on, man. That's just saying anything to say just to get it.
Just to bring up his name, right?
You're saying shit. That's what I'm saying. He goes on and says
making up shit, bro. Oh, I bet you I could beat Tiger Woods in golf, nigga.
Come on, man.
Bro, stop.
Okay.
You ain't Bo Jackson, motherfucker. You ain't got the athleticism of Bo Jackson, bitch, to be a dual sport player. I don't want to hear that shit. You ain't got the athleticism of motherfucking Deion Sanders, dual sport players. No. Or you would have did it already. You can't even did the dunk contest in 20 years, your whole career.
Is it fair? You know what? Just hold on, because look, Allen Iverson.
I don't like it.
I know, but Allen Iverson, same situation, came over for the football.
But he chose though. But we got video. There's video proof of AI when he was playing ball.
You're right. Yeah, he
you
played
know what I'm saying? And that boy was raw.
You are correct. He played both sports.
So show me some footage of LeBron playing football.
Yep.
And then we could make a maybe so possibly could have been type shit. You know, other than that, stick to playing Madden.
Hey, I gotta go. I got 10% left on my damn phone. I've been talking to y'all like I ain't got nothing else to do.
You ain't got
You
Shit.
nothing.
don't.
So
Huh?
last thing he said,
I say you
said
don't.
was is that he has
Here we go. Here
he
the
said he
hell
has
we
the
go.
same build as Calvin Johnson.
Ooh, Calvin.
Megatron?
LeBron says that we have the same stature as far as our build, speaking on Calvin Johnson.
Yeah, but you ain't Calvin Johnson though.
Calvin Johnson ain't nothing. Look,
Show
Calvin
me
Johnson
some video
ain't no joke.
footage of you being like Calvin Johnson. Because
Calvin Johnson ain't no
Megatron,
joke. I'm sorry. Hey
shit.
man, I love both you brothers, man. I
Are you
got to
too,
head
Unc?
out and get
Love you too,
charge
huh?
my phone up since
That
I
part.
only got 10%.
It's
All
all
right.
good.
That's because you
Yep.
got it around all that Raider shit. It's sucking the energy
Oh,
out your
here
thing,
we
man.
go.
Um,
Hey, Smooth. I got to
yes.
get you, man. I ain't forgot about you, bro. Cause see, you
Oh,
got
yeah.
this scratching in the background. This pony man talking all this pony bullshit. They get you some more hay.
I got plenty right out here. Right out
You
here in my
know
front yard.
that.
Don't worry about it.
Smoking
I got
on
Hey,
plenty
hay
of it.
in the
real quick.
middle
Hey,
of
you
the
ain't got no
farm.
floods and shit up there where you at, do you, D?
Smoking
Nah,
on
man.
hay in the middle of the
Nah, we
farm.
good. There was a landslide about 2 hours east of us, but other
Yeah,
than
man.
that, we straight. There's a cop that lost his life. A
Yeah, I
sheriff
heard
or
about
something.
that, man. I
Yeah,
was gonna
he
ask you
really
that one
shouldn't
day. I
have.
said,
But he
"Oh
really
shit."
shouldn't have. He really shouldn't have been out there. And the city or the county or whoever, they wasn't paying attention to them trees because those trees should have been cut. They were already in bad condition. So
That's crazy, man. You
you know
out
what I
there in the
mean.
middle
So
of
that
no
was
goddamn, man.
or whoever's in control of the forest and all that. The rangers or the whoever the hell
Yeah,
they are.
yeah.
They're supposed to be watching these trees off these highways and these roads. They're not. They weren't monitoring that one correctly because those
That's
trees,
crazy.
from someone
Well,
I know who travels that area a lot, was like, nah, they should have been took care of that shit. They were
I think it.
bullshit,
I
and it
think
took
it's
someone to
called.
die for them to now, you know, this because it's a now that section where it's at. It's just a one lane now. So they've been working 24/7, man. Like trying to get
Damn.
that shit cleared up, and they nowhere near done, bro. It's bad. I got video of it somewhere. Yeah, it wasn't. It was a huge, like two different big sections. I'm talking, and redwoods ain't little, so
No, it ain't little. 'Cause I
you know,
seen that shit you posted. I looked up and said, "Damn, you out in the middle of no damn where, man. You out there. Look, I can call where you at, bro. Call it Hooterville.
you call it what you want. It's beautiful up here.
I bet it is. But look, look. Y'all do what y'all do, man. I'll get with
All
y'all
right,
next week, man.
Yep,
All right,
for sure.
Y'all be up.
you too.
Yep.
Yeah, man. Yeah,
Excuse
it's
me.
been a wild and crazy ride, man. We got a lot of stuff going. I know the Emerald Cup stuff, bro. They went ahead and announced that already, the group seating for that. So the tournament, of course, starts when the basketball season, October 31st, but they already did the group seating for the Emirates Cup. So looks like you guys are seated in the West Group B along with us, which is Dallas, the Clippers, the Lakers, the the Pelicans, and Memphis Grizzlies, bro. That's our group seating, us five right there. That's gonna be a tough seed. That's gonna be a tough group to come out of, because
Yeah.
Dallas, us, everybody's made moves except Grizzlies. Everybody's made moves, bro. I don't know if you can call them better moves or not, but everybody's made moves
They've
in
done
that group.
some
Yeah,
progress,
so
or hopefully some
right.
progress, right? Yeah.
Right. So that's going to be interesting. Now, the other groups, Group A, which is Minnesota, OKC, Phoenix, Sacramento, and Utah. That might be a little interesting. OKC,
Yeah.
of course, is going to be
Oh yeah.
a favorite to come out, and I
Yep.
think Sacramento is going to have something to say about it.
Yeah.
I like
Sack's been building. Sack's been building.
That's what I'm saying. They were really close this year. They did some last minute trading. Remember they let D'Lo De'Aaron Fox go, and then they brought in what's the other dude's, the big boy, Valachunas, I think it was. They brought him in, so it was towards the end. Then they got the injury bug, so we're gonna see. Hopefully, Doug Christie up there got all that stuff handled too. That's going on with Chris Webb and Miss Christie.
Man, boy,
I know that could
boy,
be a big distraction. We have Group C in the West, which is Denver. We got Denver, Houston, Portland, Golden State, and San Antonio. That one's going to be good because you got the San Antonio got better. Houston got better. Kevin Durant. You can never count Golden State out. Denver, they're always going to be there. Portland's kind of a long shot on that one. So East, we have Group A, which is Atlanta, Cleveland, Indiana, Toronto, and Washington. By a landslide, that's going to come down to Cleveland and Atlanta. Of course, because Indiana, they're going to be without their players. They made those moves. They're not going to be anywhere near what they were last year. Cleveland, they still got their team. Atlanta, they made some big moves. Shout out to them. I know they got some good players that went down and moved around down there as well. East B, we have Detroit, Brooklyn, Boston, Philadelphia, and Orlando. That's going to be a beastie one. It would have been if Boston still would have been there between Boston, Detroit, and Orlando. I think Philly's going to be on a come up a little bit this year too. I don't know too much about Brooklyn right now. They still kind of like on the bottom half of that. At the end of the season, they'll be on the bottom half of the listing. East C, last one is we got Charlotte, Chicago, Miami, Milwaukee, and New York. That right there is going to be a boring. Even though they don't just play each other, but I'm just saying that would be a lot of boring like games, in my opinion. But like I said, man, New York, man, you can never count them out. Milwaukee, if they made some trades, if they keep Giannis happy over there with what they're doing, they got Miles Turner, like Norman Powell's over there in Miami now as well. So I know Alonzo Ball, he's no longer a Bull. I think he went over to I know he's loving it where he's at too. Where did he go? Let me take a look here. I was just looking at that earlier, but definitely Lonzo Ball. I think he's gonna be. Let's see, where did he go? Lonzo Ball got traded to the Cavs.
Oh,
yeah, he's over with the Cavs. I'm saying, bro, the Cavs then got. I don't know how much he's gonna be a shell of himself or what, but he definitely has got a fresh start going over there to Cleveland. So
okay.
Yeah.
Sounds good. We'll see what's get cracking when it get cracking, right? So how your Angels doing?
We're doing all right, man. I mean,
I know they just beat the Rangers, right? With a walk-off walk.
We be but
Hey,
I'll
to win,
it.
Right?
And for us, bro, we end up we always have that situation, bro, where our season really doesn't show or depict much of what's going on, with us. We always look good on paper. I'll say that. But for some reason, we start off pretty well. We're really good in the mid-season, and then we just start like it gets rough once we hit past like game 90. You know what I mean? It's like it gets like, what's going on, bro? We get tired. We don't have the stamina or something. I don't know, but it's one of those things, man. Definitely. I'm glad after 5 weeks though that we're getting back Moncada. You know what I'm saying? But we'll see if he's got, we'll see if he's got anything that's going. If he's, we'll see how, we take that long away from something. You definitely don't have your stamina. You got to get
rust off, right?
Right. So we'll see how much, and it was a knee injury. So, that's a lot of that's a lot. So we'll see though. But I think that's where we're at right now.
That looks like what's his name? Like I don't know his name. Yusuke. Usai, but I don't know his last name. Kikioch.
Right. That one.
Whatever the fuck his name is. I'm murdering it right now. Sorry, sir. He's got he was named Angels Lone All-Star. I guess it's his second career selection. So and then Joe Adele, he keeps coming up with these clutch home runs. So they saying he doing this thizzle. So
You're
shout
right.
out to him, man, and the
Remember, they
rest of
got the
the
trade line coming up.
yeah,
Trade deadline that's coming up as well, bro. So I know we're looking at trying to snag a blockbuster in there. I think it is. We're trying to get what's that dude's name? Uh, I know we're trying to look to get what does it mean with names today? Let me see here. Um, damn, bro. I was just reading about that earlier. Um, anyhow, I know there's that in our future that we're citing on. Name will pop up to me. If not, I'll find it here shortly.
yeah.
But um, it's we got some time to turn it around. Just put it that way. It's definitely something on the horizon. I'm interested to see exactly what moves we make. We've been kind of idle and just hanging around like midge for quite some time. Um, you know, I know when's the next freeway series coming up?
I have no clue.
Let
The
me take a look.
Dodgers, they ain't doing shit.
Well, you guys, man, you guys started off hot, but
Yeah, we made history though. A historic 18-1 loss to the Astros,
right,
followed by a 9-1 defeat to the Brewers. Man, being outscored 38-7, bro, over 4 games. That's horrible. That is horrible, horrible, horrible.
right.
That's,
So the freeway
bro,
series
come on, for
starts.
the world champs, the defending world champs. Like, really? Come on. Yeah.
Yeah, but it's
I mean, but you go through it, right? Certain
it's it's
certain
tough.
road trips, certain
Well, not only that though, but when people throw that around like the defending world champs, like I said, with all of these bargaining agreements and contract new stuff, bro, that it's so tough. We got to get out of that mindset because these
yeah.
owners, just like the NBA, everybody's selling right now because they're like, bro, there's no profit. You can't become a dynasty no more. So they're
Yeah,
look at how
too
many. I
much.
mean, over the past
It's too much
5 years,
hopping
five
and
teams.
ship jumping, man. There's no loyalty except to the individual.
Well, not only that, the contracts, the way it was written in these bargaining agreements. Like I said, you got these tiers, and once you jump into these tiers and tax brackets, if you're over this cap salary, then you got first tier, second tier. That really hits the team hard, bro. And like I said, like OKC right now, a lot of their players, they were people that were role players. But if you notice, they're already starting to sign them. Like they're already giving big contracts to some of these players. Like one of the Williams, right? He got a big contract already out of it. They're already
Yeah.
looking at so and so and Hortenstein and these other. You're only going to be able to carry over so many because now that they won, all those contracts go up.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah.
you can't keep
Yeah.
that core. It ain't like when the Bulls did it and the people that broke it up was the fucking, you know what I'm saying, the actual owners.
Yeah.
Where it was like those cap restrictions weren't as heavy. That's why there's so much good parity in the league though, because remember back then you had teams that were like the East was very much more dominant than the West back then, right? So it had to
Yeah.
they started shifting. That's why when Shaq came over to the Lakers, it was like, man, that shifts the whole balance because now you
Mm-hmm.
get dominant players and dominant teams. And then when the like I said, the last dynasty was the Warriors, bro, because right after that, all of the the CBA went in full effect. Or even if it was in at that point, it wasn't as like it was new. But now,
Yeah. Yeah.
now these owners, they look at it and be like, I'm not paying all that money, bro. So that way, you know what I'm saying? Like we can end up out in the first round.
Yeah. Exactly.
Because
Exactly.
so much parity in the
Exactly.
league. But
Exactly.
just
That
to answer
I
that
get it,
question,
man. Like I get it because it's when you're an owner, it's not just it's a business, right?
well, that's the thing that they
And
were
you're
talking
like, hey,
about. Yeah.
if you can put together a team of people who aren't money hungry and say, I just want to win, man. Look, you know what I mean? Not saying you not gonna ask for your worth, but you got to put up or shut up on that shit though,
Right.
because it's like
Yeah.
when you look at like the '80s, you didn't hear these guys bitching about contracts, bro. They was bitching about winning.
Right.
We need to win. Like they didn't care about you pull in whoever we need to pull in, give them whatever, and let's win. Like,
well, winning constitutes to more money. Everybody knows that, right? You
they
win,
know
the
that.
further you go in the postseason, the more money you get.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
every round, you're getting more money.
So they know the money coming. You just got to get there, right? You just got to get after the bag.
Gotta get there.
You got to earn it, right? If you want the big dough, you got to earn it, right? So it's
Right.
like, and now guys come in and get these big ass contracts and don't have to work hard or feel they don't have to work hard,
Right. Right.
And then when it doesn't go the way and the pressure gets on their neck, oh, well, I ain't got no help. Well, I ain't got this. Well, I ain't got
You
that.
know who?
It's
But
like,
you know what? The person that actually went and started, or people, man, we got the players are to be blamed for that.
Yeah.
Because remember when they went in and they wanted like this whole 2-tier level and all that kind of stuff, like all of that is all in fault of when they used to go in and have these bargain agreements. Remember the union and Chris Paul being the head of that and negotiating all of these deals, and this is a byproduct of that. So it is what it is, man. It's just they, as an owner, it's business. Back in the days, owners used to love the sport, so it's just a different in
It's
ownership
different
now.
now. It's different in
Yeah,
ownership. Yeah.
and what they're
Back
doing in
then,
Dallas,
those owners loved the sport and wanted to see
right,
their city and town and the people,
right,
everybody be happy and rep your,
yeah.
rep your team. That whole shit was about that. But now it's about how much profit can we make.
That's why I'm glad we still got one of those last owners, bro, in Steve Ballmer over the Clippers, because he is at every game. He is a fan of the game,
Yeah.
and he's already shown that he spent enormous amount of money to change the culture of the organization, to build its own stadium, to change the city that his team resides in. So it's not like that in a lot of different areas. People are just buying these to look at it as a stepping stone for
Add
something.
to the portfolio, right?
Yep, that's exactly what it is, bro. And then they
That's
get in and they try to
portfolio.
bring what the field that they come from and try to manipulate the basketball and business industry, gauged on where they came from. And I say that because Dallas is a big byproduct of that right now. Meaning the Mavericks, because they when they let Luka go, bringing in all these teams, what they're trying to do, I mean, players, is what they were doing is, like they said, that it was they're looking at, if they can't legalize gambling in that state, then they're gonna move the team. See what I'm saying? Like, to them, it's about, because they're from they owned her, I think, the Sahara or whatever casinos in Las Vegas and Reno. They're that
Okay, so
family.
yeah.
Come from that. So they're, what I'm saying? They look at that and they're trying to do that in Dallas and being like, oh, well, shit, we can't gamble here. All right, well, we'll just move the team. So it's not like that's a different. Most people don't want to uproot teams because that is the community right there, man. You know what I'm saying? Whereas you got business minds that come in, they don't care. They look at where we can take this and make more profit.
They're like, their whole thing is like, well, fuck the
They want
community.
to
We'll
put
put them in a new
casinos
one.
they want to put casinos in their shit, and Dallas ain't letting them. You know what I mean? So just like how the Forum and Hollywood Park and all that. You know what I mean? It was just like, okay, you want to go do what you do, it's right there, but they can't do that. So and of course that's the business where they made their money from, the bulk of their legacy money. They want to bring that and they want to combine the two. It doesn't work that way. But I do want to say this real quick, man. I know we talked about it, but just the Subway Series, bro, it starts in August.
Okay.
So yeah, we'll be seeing you guys in August. I think it's the 13th. It kicks off. So yeah.
For sure. Yeah. Hey, so have you seen this one-on-one football, not American, but soccer? These one-on-one matches that they doing?
In soccer?
Yeah, bro. It's like one-on-one. I really haven't watched it. I just kind of was scrolling through some stuff before we got on earlier, and I was like, one-on-one
Nah.
soccer match, like yeah, based. I don't know. I really didn't watch it. And that one cat, that's what's his name? Uh, ISO Speed. I think that's
Oh, okay. Okay.
he
He
was out there in the UK, and it
okay.
was like a $20,000 competition that he was throwing, like a tournament, a 1v1 tournament in football, like in soccer and shit. I was like, okay. I just didn't really watch it because it was
Yeah.
too long, and
Hmm.
since he's so popular, it's too many fucking ads in between that shit, bro. I was like,
Yeah.
nah, never mind.
Right. Yeah,
Yeah,
he's everywhere too, because then he just race against somebody in the NFL or a track star, one of the people from the Olympic
something like
track.
that. Yeah, that boy
He
everywhere.
raced
WWE, he all over the place. I
He's
give him
doing
props
everything. So,
for
yeah,
making
hey, man.
himself a
Hey,
thing.
if you got it that way, you can do it, man. By all
Yeah.
means, keep
But I ain't
doing
no way in hell I'm getting a WWE ring so I can get speared by one of them buff motherfuckers. Man, shit, that boy got I thought he died. I motherfucker seen that boy get hit, his whole neck snap back and shit. I was like,
it. Mhm.
I know that hurt.
They didn't teach him how to fall right.
Hell, hey, nope. He got tackled by a motherfucker running 23 miles an hour in a ring. Fuck that. I'm
I'll
coming
tell
back
you what
out
I
like,
did watch though. It kind of caught me while I was working on the little video stuff for the song. Man, I watched championship dog diving.
what?
Yeah, right. It's basically them. It's different events, bro. They're not like doing like dives like how what we're
Okay.
thinking. It's they put like they'll extend like this little toy bone or whatever out like 18 feet. Like the parts that's on because they got different events. They got the who could jump the furthest, and then they got who could
Okay.
jump and it's called the air attack and grab something out the air, knock it down. Basically like that. So that's the part where I started watching. It was pretty interesting, bro.
Yeah.
Pretty dope, man. They had all these different breeds of dogs and just the way they got them ready and prepared them and watching it. I know it sounds way out, man, but it caught my attention. I was busy doing what I was doing. I needed something just in some ambiance that wasn't
Yeah.
gonna catch my attention, but I caught myself like falling into it, bro, and be like, damn, I'm rooting for a dog or a certain breed of dog or whatever it
Yeah.
was. I can't tell you what was what, who was what. Like this was my first time, but it was
Yeah.
interesting to see it. Man, this is crazy that it's once again another sport, bro, that's out there that just like banana
Yeah.
ball, just like
Yeah.
all these other stuff that the garage league, it's like man,
Yeah.
pop shot, you name it, bro. It's shit that out there that's making people at least turning it into a some type of monetary means, which is great, bro,
Yeah.
because a lot of
And
us
it's
like
got people getting out, being
right,
active. You know what I'm saying?
right.
Using your body, man. That's good. That's good for
And it
overall
doesn't
health.
narrow it down, bro. Like when you go to
Yeah.
play as a child, bro, hopscotch didn't play with tetherball didn't play with handball didn't play with the basketball players didn't play with the marbles, and the marbles didn't play with the caroms, and you know what I'm saying? Like everybody did something different. Yeah, you probably intertwined here and there,
Yeah.
but
Here and there,
everybody
but you
went out and
thought you
did
was
what
good
they
at.
yeah, exactly. But you gravitated towards something. And it's good to
Yep.
see a lot of these things are starting to become professional leagues to do that in. Because
Yeah.
like at
Definitely.
one
Definitely.
point, a woman playing basketball can only go as far as college.
Yeah.
So you
I'm
think
sure
about
at one
that,
point it was only high school.
and
You
you think
know?
about that,
Sure,
that's what
not
I'm
at all, right? Like,
for it to grow and expand X
yeah.
games. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
especially
Like
women's sports, man.
right,
That's just leaps and bounds, bro. I was
right.
camping over the weekend, and my homegirl, what's up, Mary? Her niece, she was we was she was they went to they like from where we're at to the front desk is a nice little walk, right?
Hmm.
To the front of the campsite, from our site to where the front
Right,
office is,
right,
and that's where
right.
you get the firewood. So
Uh-huh.
we didn't know what they was doing. They just left, and all of a sudden she come back, the firewood, right? Big ass bundle. My wife said, "Damn, you carrying that?" And she was like, "What you thought I was gonna do? Drag it?" Right? We start
Yeah,
laughing, right? And she goes, "Well, most girls ain't even willing to do that." She was like, "I wrestle." I jumped up out my chair, bro. I was like, "Hell yeah!" She's like, "You wrestle?" She was like, "Yeah." I won first in my state and some first in my I was like, yep, that's right. I was like, yep. I was like, I said I think the moral girl wrestling shit and just they some and she looked like a little girly girl too. She had her eyelashes on and everything. And she was like, oh nah.
Ain't nothing wrong with
She
that.
was like, I get down. I was like, okay. Ugh. But I was like, it's good to see girls out there competing and doing what they do and having fun, enjoying it, and it it just man, it's good. It's good to see the shit. Just people being active and finding something that they good at. They passionate, jujitsu, whatever. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
All of that shit.
Yep.
It builds confidence, right? So that you
Well,
can take on the world at anything. Like you know what I mean? It helps you.
any sport, it builds a lot confidence. It builds camaraderie. It builds, understand reason beyond yourself,
Reasoning,
right? So yeah,
dealing with
it's
personalities, bro. Like
listening because somebody has to coach you. So you have
yep,
to understand, and you might be wanting to do something different. And they're changing a shooting coach, a drill coach, somebody, they're you should do this instead because this, right? So when you look at all those different aspects, it becomes more to it than just. That's why they say sport is more than just that one person.
yeah,
Um, and a lot of times those trainers, those coaches, whether it's like say you got a shooting coach, you might have a strength coach, you might have a conditioning coach, whatever coaches that you have, bro. A lot of those don't go noted because all you do is see the outcome. Kobe Bryant, Gary Vee, everybody knows this dude, right? Just because of Kobe Bryant. I'm not saying just because of a Kobe Bryant, but he made that dude's like, hey, if you're able to do that and he's doing all of that, then what are we missing?
yep,
So, um,
yep,
these are names that most people don't know about. So shout out to everybody that once again the supporting cast
yeah,
and the team that puts in the work, that lays the path out, that kind of gives the athlete their blueprint outside of their natural talent and skill set, that says, hey, this is how we build that, because everybody's different. Your body builds different than my body. And we all have to tap into the best way to do that. So shout out to these individuals, man. It's a lot that
oh
goes
yeah,
into sports, and glad we are taking the time from both of our schedules and what we do to highlight a lot of this on the weekly, because the more and more I talk about it, the more and more I engage in it. Like I said, even on my off time, I find it more interesting to watch these new sports, see what they're about, and somebody's playing them. So shit, they need an
somebody
audience.
playing, yeah,
They need an audience. So go
exactly,
support it. You ain't got nothing on. Everybody watches Netflix all day. Put it on ESPN. Go see go watch a
Watch,
sport that you haven't watched before. Matter of fact, go attend a sporting event. Let's do
yeah,
that. Everybody go out
yeah,
there and go. Man, a G League game, you could take your whole family probably for less than $50, right? I'm
yep,
sure. A WNBA game, you might be able to do it for less than $100. And the price goes up when you start talking NFL and NBA, but do that. Or man, take the family bowling, right? Something, anything. Go
yep.
attend a
Hold on.
volleyball match at the beach. Those are at Venice all the time. Manhattan Beach, Venice Beach, any beach near you. I'm sure they playing volleyball. So just get out there, be active. We're in a world and a society. Everybody's on their phones and googling and AIing and broken in this and twittering that. And man, go outside and be a kid again. Water balloon fight if you have to. Fuck it. Capture the flag with water balloons. So,
My
but
bad. I thought somebody was at the door.
it's all good. All good. But man, another one, bro. 2 hours.
Know it.
Another one
No.
down. Another one bites the dust, bro. Before we go, I always want to go ahead and do the quick plugs here, man. If y'all don't, if y'all don't remember, man, press like, subscribe. You know what I'm saying? Share the word,
Camera
comment.
in the wrong
Yeah, all of that, man. Do what it do. Y'all know what it takes. Y'all
spot.
watching
Yeah,
us,
man.
man. Go check us out on things of that nature. We got everything from that to this, and from this to that. So we came, we
And the in
spoke.
between.
Yeah, we do what we do, man.
Yeah.
Um, check us out, man. Go ahead and take us out, D.
Show it to yourself. Hey, be nice to somebody, man. That's all. You don't know what people going through. Just be nice to somebody. Be nice to yourself. Love yourself. Shit.
Yeah.
You can't love nobody else if you don't love yourself. So, you know what I'm saying? And the Raiders suck. For life.
That's it right there, man. Till next time, Sports Talk Wednesdays live, 1 p.m. Doc Madness Thing Dose.
D Thing Uno.
You owe it to yourself.
Kings, baby.
Yeah. Tap in. You owe it to yourselves. Remember that. What's in your playlist, putting something good in your belly, the session, unfiltered convos, and still not stupid, because you owe it to yourself to stay put and get the full picture of what we're dropping. Let us land, y'all.
Yep.
Peace.
Things of that nature.